You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
Sometimes you gotta introduce people to Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, you got the humble, whatever, and then
Look
you got
at
like
you
stop
go.
playing with my name. T-Top, stop playing with my name. Like I will smoke you.
Well, let's talk about that, man. Did you just happen to fall into a T-Top possible battle? Huh?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, in a sense. Well, I won't say I fell into it, right? I position myself in the names and the media with my craft, with what I do, I'm out here cooking everything, walking. Obviously, the coffee no-show. Then you got the O-Red drop. My name is, for those probably, it was Ward Week. I was joking around, hashtag Ward Week, you know what I mean? Because I was that dude, basically the week of Christmas. So T-Top probably sees that and he's like, yo, like Ward's really getting crazy, you know what I mean? Like that's a battle I want. So I don't think he just like randomly selected me, but at the same time, he didn't have to. So, he wakes up and says, yo, 2021, I want to battle A-Ward. And yeah, like, we kind of traded bars back and forth.
What do you do when T-Top says, I want to battle A-Ward? Do you
call and say,
call
yo,
your mother and say, Mom, T-Top says he wants to battle me?
Yeah, Mom. He didn't buy any, I don't have any angles or anything like that. No, but I talked to the powers that be immediately, And I basically said, look, I don't have anything going on after February 20th. Lock it in as soon as possible. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, I'm booked out to here. After that, let's lock it in immediately. You know what I mean? And so that's how I work. I don't duck smoke from nobody. So
T-Top's dangerous, man.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. I've always said he's the most dangerous in NWX, and people think K-Shine is probably the overall best. But I just think his charisma, his angles, his personality, he can punch. He could do a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I always. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's not. But nah, T-Top can't beat me. Like he definitely can't beat me in like a small room with these no big stage crowd type stuff. Like there's no way. It's not like it's gonna be tough for him to get around.
But you are the only guy that Geechee Gotti's will admit that he lost to.
Hey yo, people keep giving me a hard time. They're like, yo, why you still talk about killing Geechee Gotti? No, I don't. Everybody else talks about it to me, and it's like I have to respond to it. You know what I mean? Yo, but shout out to Gotti though. He had me out for the Riot event. It was crazy. That Riot League is dope. You know what I mean? But yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was alluding to when I said I get everybody's best effort, and if I don't get their A effort, they lose clearly. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what happened with that situation.
Now, last thing.
Yes, sir.
You battled. You were supposed to battle Coffee Brown. She didn't show up that day. And then what was it, one round that you spit?
Yeah, so it was a one-round battle.
It was a one round. You spit the whole round.
I took some stuff out that was like I could be used for other people, but most of my material is always very direct.
It was very creative. And then the coffee, the machine you were saying, look, stop talking through my round.
Yeah.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, man.
Did you plan that or was it?
No, well, I mean, after she no-showed, I got back to the hotel, and I actually offered to do the battle the next day.
No,
so
I mean the coffee machine.
Listen, I don't drink coffee. When I hit the button, I did not know that like in 30 seconds it was going to start pouring out. And lucky, so I'll be honest with you, I didn't get it on the first take because I started laughing, right? So we recorded the first time and I hit it, and then I'm like rapping or whatever, and it starts going. I'm like, yo, stop talking to my rounds, right? And I go back here and I'm like, did you really just do that? And I just start bust out laughing.
Fire.
So he's like, all right, cut. So we did it the second time, and then I was like, okay, I know it's gonna come, so let me go ahead and do it again. But yeah.
So you say you're supposed to battle the next day, or you were trying?
I mean, that's why I offered. I said, yo, Avocado's crib, however they do the ruin your day battles or whatever. I'm out here till Tuesday. And I guess, like I said, I don't want to get into the ins and outs because that whole whatever it was, shenanigans, it had nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to speak on you did this wrong. All I know is I flew out here. It's your league. You weren't there. You know what I mean? And I didn't hear about it until literally 5 minutes before I left the venue. And I was there for 6 hours. You know what I mean? So I'm not, like I said, it's none of that's my business or anything. I never went publicly on Twitter and was like, I agree with this or I agree with that. That's not it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm out there. The battle doesn't go down. I said, yo, if there's an issue with, because there was like rumblings of an issue with people being there. I said, that's fine. We'll just do it tomorrow. Avocados, no crowd, me and you. I told that to the league owners. So then the next day, I guess she already had a trip planned to where she was flying to Atlanta, something like that. And she did, so it didn't work out. So I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to battle her in the future. I don't want to reschedule this, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think I'm going to do it. And if I ever, for some reason, battle her in the future, now I have way more material to draw from. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to come out here.
So you can get rid of that material and write new material.
Yeah, so I was like, let me not waste this material. Let me go ahead and get it out. And it worked great. I mean, I got paid in full. I didn't have to hear her rap. I got 20,000 views on my own YouTube and like 2,000 YouTube subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Damn.
And then literally, you know, all the media outlets are covering, you know, all of it. So it's like, dang,
so
that was a win-win for me. Yeah. You know, so, but yeah, that worked out. And so then so I had that for the end of the year. And then to start the year, I got Nestle. And then on the 30th, shout out to Clone, he's on the card. I got Riggs. So I'm battling Riggs on Wartown. January 30th in Warner Robins, Georgia, and that's gonna be another one that's just crazy.
Wartown.
Yes, sir.
Riggs is fire. I fuck with Riggs.
Yeah. Riggs just had a crazy battle with JC.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
yes,
and so I'm excited because I want to get to work. 2 3-round battles against guys like Nestle and Riggs in January. That's a great start to the year. So,
good job, man.
Yep.
A-Ward, my favorite horseman.
I appreciate you.
When the other ones ain't around.
Right.
Nah. And shout out to the rest of the horsemen.
Most definitely, man. Yo, shout out to King of the Dot for this event, for real, man. Shout out to everybody else on the card. Saint Marv, Real Deal, Sharon, Clone Mac, RX Gaddis. Like, it's gonna be a great time tomorrow. So I'm excited to be back. This is my first time on King of the Dot since Ilmac. That's almost like what, 14 months. So yeah. So it's been a while.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all already know.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.